When I say football here in the United States, what do you think of? Most people think of quarterbacks, running backs, touchdowns, field goals, and 32 NFL teams. But in Europe, whenever the word football is said, they think of things like headers, goalies, and hundreds upon hundreds of teams. The popularity of soccer here in the United States is relatively small to the popularity of it over the world. Over the last 30 years, soccer in the United States has evolved from being basically unknown to a sport that has gained so much popularity that it is one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. According to FIFA.com, there are over 207 leagues in the world. In this speech, first I will describe the point of soccer. Second, I will discuss the popularity of soccer in Europe. And finally, I will discuss soccer in the United States. The goal of soccer is relatively simple: score more than your opponent. In soccer, there are two 45-minute halves. On each team, there are 11 players, one goalie, and 10 field players. The rules of soccer are also easy. If you tackle a player but do not make contact with the ball, it is a foul. And if you tackle a player inside of the box and do not make contact with the ball, then they get a penalty kick, which is relatively an easy goal and an easy point for the team. One rule for soccer is that you cannot use your hands. The only person on the field that is allowed to use their hands are the goalies. And they can only use their hands if the ball is coming at them from an opponent. If their own team kicks them the ball, they cannot pick up the ball. Soccer is the most popular team sport in Europe and in South America. Every country in Europe has at least 2 pro leagues. And in England, they have up to 4 leagues. According to Gino Jezik from historyofsoccer.com, soccer was first played in China during the 2nd and 3rd centuries. The fiercest of competitors and best teams play in Europe. Some examples of the best players are Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Frank Ribery. Some examples of the best teams are Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Manchester United, and Manchester City. Not only are the best league teams in Europe, but the best national teams are from Europe as well. Some examples are France, Italy, England, Germany, and Spain. But since soccer is so popular here in America, since soccer is popular in Europe, why isn't it popular in America? Well, over the last 30 years, most people did not even know what soccer was. According to Forbes.com, soccer is the fastest growing sport in the United States. Soccer is now being introduced to children as young as 3 years old. And as they get older, they become better at soccer, and they keep playing it throughout high school and college, which back in the 70s and 80s, high schools and colleges didn't even have soccer teams. And with the growth of popularity of soccer, there has been established a league here in America, the MLS, in which allows more chances for children to grow up and try to be a professional soccer player. Some soccer players, such as Landon Donovan, has become a household name as big as LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, and Michael Vick. But today I have talked to you about the basics of soccer, the popularity of soccer in Europe and South America, and the growth of soccer in the United States. Soccer is not the unknown sport anymore. So when you hear football, I hope you think of more than one sport now. Thank you.